Ladies and gentlemen, the Eyeball 360. It is time to take this thing apart. It is going to exist no more. So, this board, and DVD drive of course, is going to get pulled out. That's what's going in our Jawbreaker custom shell. Hopefully today. We do still have some windows to install on that thing and a couple little things like some LEDs to add, but the shell is done and hopefully we get it done in one day. We know that this is working great. Obviously there's a bunch of water cooling stuff inside here, so it's not going to be like a normal tear down. We got a lot of stuff to take out. We got water to drain. You are able to, like Vader, take the outer shell off without messing with the loop, which is nice. Water block is getting moved over to the crazy blades build here. And no, it's not going to look like this. But yeah, for now, that's the plan for that. Board, Jawbreaker, and some of the shell parts we'll probably end up reusing for a build. At some point, at least the back side, it already has a cutout for that radiator in the back. And we've got several water-cooled builds coming up, so I'm sure we'll be able to use that. This one is cut pretty far down the bottom here. I don't think this will really be reusable unless we have this exact same setup. Now, I really don't think in the Jacob R video of this he ever had it in the upright position, but yes, it was designed to still be upright and horizontal, which I still try to do with all my water-cooled builds. If the system was designed to do that, I want to keep that functionality. But anyway, without further ado, got the shell off, DVD drive out. Look at that thing. That is wild. You can see our tube down here. I'm hoping he put distilled water in. I'm pretty sure the water's been changed out. There was no UV dye in there. I did put a little blue in there before this video. Boy, do we have a lot of parts in here. So obviously this is our special water block here that we traded for all that cool ghost shell stuff. Actually, all came off pretty quickly. I don't think I spilled anything at all. There was one little spot that was worrying me. It looked like a drop of corrosion. I'm sorry you have to keep looking at the horrible cut on my hand. I use my left hand to point. But I took a little Q-tip, isopropyl, washed it off, and I think it was really just some of that, like a drop of that UV dye, the UV green dye. And luckily it wasn't really on a spot where any traces were anyway. Let's check it out. Thermal paste all still looked great. Oh, here we go. We've got ourselves another Kronos GPU. I was too excited to clean it off and look and realized it was right there. So, I'm going to get this board fully cleaned off, and then I actually just realized this had a water block on it, and I need heat sinks. More importantly, I need mounting hardware for heat sinks. And we haven't talked about this guy yet, this Bumblebee build. All these other boards here are Red Ring of Death mock-up boards. This one here is an RGH 1.2. It's got good heat sinks. I'm going to have to take them off anyway. I haven't taken this board off that far. No matter what, I like taking the heat sinks off anyway because I'm just purely curious, and I like to add new thermal paste, of course. So we're just going to take the ones off of this one, since this is not, the next one I need ready to have listed or anything like that. And eventually we'll just get other heat sinks to put back on this one. Maybe even another box that might have another 360 in it. Got our heat sinks, X clamps. Let's go ahead and finish cleaning this up. I just wiped the chips off to make sure those looked good on the top. Let's get the rest of that cleaned up. I did dust the board off a bit, but we'll finish cleaning all that and get this old thermal paste off. I don't know if you can see on this one, see in a certain angle, someone definitely cleaned that one with like a razor blade. Got some pretty good scratches in there. And I've got this other one here that doesn't have deep scratches. I'm going to finish wiping it off, and we're going to use this one instead. Now, I thought it'd be a fun time to try out this XCM Cooler with digital display. This is the brand new one that was out of the box, but this is the old one. I have a used one that we have the wiring that's all kind of messed up on. I just want to test it out, make sure the screen works. If it does, we're going to use this one to rewire the other one. I think it's just a couple things need to be reattached, and we'll test that one out. If that one works, great. Then we'll probably include that with this build. I do want to keep the new one, though, for another build. I want to see if I can actually get it to work in the Kenobi build with water cooling. Now, I don't know if this is a protective screen or like film, or if it's the actual screen that's kind of messed up there. But either way, you can take this part off, but this will match the Jawbreaker build. It is white. Oh, look at that. Turns right on. Now it does have to be here. Obviously it has to clip onto the shell, but somehow it will change the fan wirelessly through this here. There's a little sensor. And yeah, let's turn it on. Oh, check that out. Okay, as soon as you get it close, the screen turns on. Should be on automatic mode. We're on manual. Oh, that's so cool. Alright, let's see if the other one works. Alright, well, I reconnected what I'm assuming is the power wires to the DVD drive cable. Somebody had cut those and just had this big chunky cable on there. They must have been powering it through something else. And then the only other thing is that these have been cut, which should just loop to each other like these. Thing is, though, there's a resistor in there, and I have no idea of knowing what resistor's on that. You can see on this one here, that's what's going on. These are just looping to themselves with like a resistor. For some reason on this one, they're both red, both blue. And here we have red, white, blue, white. But also this peg on this side doesn't want to go into that hole there. It seems like there's just like a burr on it. And I don't know, that should be an easy fix. Just shave down that little peg there so it fits. But for now, I guess we can leave it like this and at least plug it in. See what happens. Oh, no way. They sound great, too. So what is that wire for? Hold on. It might not be close enough. Oh, there we go. The screen is on. Now let's go to manual mode, make sure it changes. Sweet. I'm so glad. My backup would to have been take those fans out and have to replace them with different ones. But I don't understand what that extra wire's doing. Apparently not much. Okay, real quick guys. I think I found the problem. These, pretty sure were meant for non-HDMI, and it's actually hitting the port back there, not allowing it to sit down all the way. But this one, this is the new one, has been cut. This was a brand new in the box. Now, to be honest, I got this from the same guy that got the shells from back over there. And he might have honestly already told me that he did this way back when he sent these out. That, like, he cut them so that they fit non-HDMI or something. Because I can't imagine they did it that way at the factory. It's not a terrible cut, but it, you know, it looks like somebody popped it open and trimmed it so that it would fit. So, honestly, since both of these seem to work fine, I'll worry about modifying that one later instead of, I mean, it's pretty easy. It's just a few screws around here. This stuff comes out, and then you can trim that shell. But instead of, like, swapping this one over or anything, I'm trying to get this thing together, and we have a few other things we still have to accomplish today. So, yeah, we're just going to put the brand new one in here. But we're still going to use the old monitor. And to be completely honest with you guys, I really think this is a film on top, and it might actually be a nice, clean-looking screen. Alright, so we got this one in. Cables over here are fan tunnel. I haven't clicked it down all the way, but it looks like it's fitting nice. So now's time to get our LED strips made. It's a long strip, just like those super bright red ones I had, except these are obviously, I think 6000K white. It's supposed to be bright white. So we're going to cut, probably just go with the ends, strip here, and we got to make some wiring to connect it to a 3-pin right here at 12 volts. And we also need to swap our other shell onto our DVD drive here. Got our LED strips. Take that off. See one across here, one across the bottom. We're going to see what these look like. Oh, look at that. I think that's honestly going to be perfect. It's very bright, but we do have our gray panels going over top. Got our window in place, and yes, I decided to sand the inside of it. So, glossy on this side, can't really see through it. Trust me, I think it's going to work out. And then we also have our holes drilled here. We've got our holes drilled in our acrylic piece. It's time to take the paper off. And I just picked up some mounting hardware, hopefully enough to do more of these, because we got at least 2, maybe 3 more that are going to have a window like this. Here is our finished piece. So we do have 2 layers. We've got that gray acrylic on the outside and the plexiglass on the inside that we sanded. And yeah, just trust me, I hope. We'll see. Top piece on. I love how the skull, you just barely see it through there. That's so cool. Alright, hold my hand, wish me luck. Here we go. Oh yeah. Looking good, looking good. Yeah, I just really think a full clear piece, it would have just been too bright. But, oh, that's so cool. Before we go any further, let's just take a quick look. Love the way that came out on the vents. Like, made these cool little geometric shapes with all different colors. Got our eject button in there. Get ready to put the top piece on, and then the faceplate. Kept going back and forth on a white one, a chrome one, and I think I finally found a use for this faceplate that was basically free, along with a Yoda faceplate, the very first one I got. And I have not had a use for it. I was going to try using like the doors and stuff and something, but they're just kind of sort of specific. But the power button, I think by itself doesn't look like anything too specific. And I was thinking about using it on the blue faceplate in Kenobi, but I actually think it would just look perfect right there. So that's what we're going to go with. I think it's going to look good. Okay, that brings us to the hard drive, which I should have done the window for that while I did this one. So it is complete here. We just need to put the window in place. I'm going to do the same thing. Not the double window, but the frosted one. You can see this looks like the hard drive that was in Tony Hawk originally, because that is the primitive skate sticker right there. But this should be a 120 gigabyte. I need to double check, but we're also going to add some LEDs that I just got in. I haven't tried these before. They should be like a fading situation. There we go, got our hard drive in. Sort of have the LEDs, one here, one here. Hopefully that is a good mix of colors. I think that's it. Let's plug it in. I've actually got one more thing to do. I swear this is a film. This would be awesome. Oh yeah, definitely. Look at that. And it's like brand new pretty much. Little mark there it looks like. But that's the used one. And we do have the new one, fan-wise, inside there. But yeah, this is the old monitor. Now there is one issue with it. That top bracket is broken, so we use the double-sided tape on there. Not double-sided tape, but you know, actual automotive adhesive. So the bottom one does stick in there, but the top one is broken off, so it would sort of stay in place. But yeah, this is going to be nice and solid. And you can still plug your Wi-Fi adapter into the back of this. It still has the clips, and you just plug the USB into there. Clear back, blue on the front, red and yellow, and then white and clear in the middle, and of course green ring of light. Alright, we obviously know this one works. Tested that one out. I decided to leave the blue up here. I figured if you're shutting this off or having a solid color down here, having the changing colors up there would be a little annoying maybe. I don't know. I like it the way it is. And then we're going to try this one out. This one's connected to the TV. So I like how you first turn it on, those fans kind of ramp up for a second and then slow back down as it connects to the monitor. We got the cool lights going on up here, solid white. We're officially calling this one Milky Way and Jawbreaker. These will be listed very soon once you're seeing this video, probably within 24 hours. Calling this one a Tier 1 build, and this is a Tier 2 because of the extra fancy stuff. It barely made the cut, it's unmodded, both of these are, but they are Jasper Chronos. Great working systems. Get this one fully tested out and make sure both controllers are good. If everything's good to go, then we'll get them listed on eBay. And remember, the eBay prices are about 20% higher than if you go direct through me. Just contact me through Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. We can use Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and get you a much better deal. Avoid those seller fees that have gotten so ridiculous. Oh. You can just tap it. It's almost like touch sensitive. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know which one's your favorite, and we'll see you in the next video. Please don't like, comment, or subscribe.